favor of the superintendent's recommendation? Any opposed? And the motion passes. Okay. Ms. Serpak, do we have any public input?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry, sir. Yes, we do. Retired employee Becky Blackman. What about
All right, Ms. Blackman. Okay. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your public input. We'd love to hear what you said, have to say. There's a 3-minute time limit on this, so the floor is yours.
Okay. I worked with child nutrition for 23 years. It was my career. I worked from Montgomery and came to Eclectic, Elmore County. And I'm bothered about what's going on with child nutrition. I'm bothered why child nutrition, I've retired now, but I get phone calls every week by people that's still working with child nutrition. They're scared to come to the superintendent. They're scared to come to the director. They're scared to come to y'all. I've spoke with 4 of y'all, and I got nothing. The first thing is, of course, we can't keep employees anymore. Used to, you had to die to get out of child nutrition. To get a job in child nutrition, somebody had to die. Now, they can't even keep employees. They're leaving left and right every day. I just got a phone call today with 2 more leaving. And this is a direct conflict with the director. She does not get along with people. She makes it very hard.
For good name and character, we have to be very careful.
Okay. She makes it hard for people to come to her. We've had people to go to the superintendent, and that person was called before she could even get back to the office, and basically chewed out by saying that she did not follow the chain of command. We had another one that just basically in passing said something to the superintendent, and she got called out. We had somebody that wrote a grievance letter. That person was busted down from a manager to an assistant manager, loss of pay, and moved to Wetumpka, and she was in Eclectic. She's no longer with us. Basically, the good ones, the old ones that cared about what we did and about the children are now gone. So I do fear in the upcoming years, y'all aren't going to have a child nutrition because nobody's going to stand worse. I contacted 4 board members about all of this that's wrote in the news article. And I was told that basically it was different for the director to do what she did, even though we were told on a weekly basis that if we so much as took a plate of food out the back door, that we wouldn't go to jail. We would go to prison, federal prison, because it was federal dollars. And I would just like to know the difference in between the so-called boss doing what she did and workers doing what they did. So I would just like for somebody to explain that to me. Y'all say y'all come to an agreement or whatever, but the citizens of Elmore County have not. I don't know if y'all are getting called, but I know I am.
Ms. Blackburn, we thank you for your time, and we have made a public statement regarding that issue, and so I'm sure you've read that, and hopefully that is adequate. So we do appreciate your time and your concerns with the CMP program. Okay. At this time, Ms. Finley has requested the floor, and so Ms. Finley, I'm going to give you the floor at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I get started, I'm one board member with one opinion and one statement. Our charge as board members is oversight and accountability to the public. If we are allowing employees to get away with certain actions, what are we teaching our children? Before I say this, well, I'll give an explanation in a moment. I employ my fellow board members to stand on their personal convictions and do the right thing. I would further implore our superintendent to bring forward this issue so we can, as a board, do what needs to be done. It has been stated that the Ethics Commission has dismissed the issue of this situation in our system. If I read the information that was given to the Ethics Commission, I'm not so sure I would proceed with any action either. Given the report by the State Department of Examiners, there were serious findings, and they stated, while we appreciate your response, we stand by our findings. The Ethics Commission has their own issues that are in question, so I'm not sure they're a good source of determining what is right and wrong. And that's public knowledge. I'm one board member with one opinion. However, my opinion should not matter when trying to do the right thing. We all took an oath of office to do what is right for 11,000 plus students in our care. Again, I don't think this is a situation that should be dismissed without serious consequences. I know I stand on an island by myself in this situation, but I'm just trying to do my job and attempting to do the right thing. And I do have a question, and I guess this would go to Mr. Dennis, or I'll just go ahead and ask the question. In light of the recent article, I would like to know where the 12 flat screen TVs are located, as well as 3 love seats as stated in the article.
I would be more than happy to meet with the board and discuss, and if they'd like a tour of the schools to see the items or offices, more than welcome to show you those items. Any board member, if you'd like to partake of that, you've actually seen them before because we've had board meetings in those locations where they're located.
Is that satisfactory, Ms. Finley?
And as far as the statement is, I made a statement that was provided by the school board attorney that reviewed the information and was not thrown out in the social media platform for correction. So I will stand by that. I will not go into great detail because I do not want to be involved in any sort of legal actions involved with this situation beyond that point.
I'm not sure what legal actions you would be, I mean, I know I've been threatened, basically saying that I'm going to bring legal action to the system or to myself. And, you know, with legal counsel, I know, and I have been told and advised that, you know, no one's ever gotten in trouble for turning in wrongdoing. And, you know, there are whistleblower laws, and, you know, we don't have to get into all that, but I'm just trying to say, I'm just giving everybody my opinion and where I stand on the situation so that I'm not looped into, again, I'm one vote on this board. That's all I have, is one vote.
Well, I will restate that we've submitted it to the DA's office, the Justice Department, the Ethics Department, the State Department. The school board attorney that works for you is the one that submitted all of that information and went before them. So I will leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say is that we've submitted all that information and it ended. And that's where we are at this point. Whatever actions have taken have concluded.
Well, and I understand your statement. However, we are a local governing board, and in any situation, and in defense of my fellow board members, we can't do anything unless, by school board law, we can't do anything unless it's brought to us by the superintendent. And unfortunately, you've chosen not to bring it to us, and again, I know we have differing opinions, but if we do the right thing, you know, for the citizens of Elmore County and for our students, and not treat people differently, I think people would see this in a different light. And why are we looking, and I'll say the Ethics Commission, their director is known for corruption It's known fact, it's in the media, so I'm not sure that us doing the right thing should be based upon what the Ethics Commission says or not. So I'm just saying that I feel like we should do our job as a board and do the right thing by employees and citizens. And that's all I have to say.